For the record, we'd like to Chair recognizes the presence of Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, Senator Sopo, and Zubiri will be joining us later. Again, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our source persons. Dean Nilo T. Divina. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Senator.
Very Reverend Father Herminio Dagohoy. Good umaga po. Director Maria Socorro Guanhing, UST Office for Student Affairs. Magandang umaga po, ma'am. Mr. Arvin Balag. I was told, nasa USA siya kanina. Bakit? He's being represented by Attorney Stanley Gotohyo. Mr. Mark Anthony Ventura. Around Mr. Ventura. Mr. Joshua Joriel Macabili. Where are they? Mr. Jason Adolfo Robinos.
Present, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. Mr. Jason Adolfo, Mr. Rani Rafael Santiago. You around? Mr. Daniel Hans Matthew Rodrigo. Mr. Carl Matthew Villanueva. Mr. Aaron Salientes. Please take the seat in front. Mr. Zimon or this Simon Padro. Mr. Jose Miguel Salamat. Marcelino Bagtang. Sir John Paul Solano.
Good morning po, Your Honor.
Good morning. Yan. Yeah. Ito nakilala. Sir Ralph Rangia.
Morning po, Your Honor.
Morning. Police Chief Superintendent Joel Napoleon Coronel.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning. Attorney Maria Cristina Layusa. Morning, ma'am. Prosecutor General George Catalan.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, PG. Attorney Alan Christopher Agati. All the others who were called earlier na hindi nagpunta rito, kindly occupy the seats in front. Naka-highlight kayo rito na present eh. The Chair acknowledges the presence of Senator Zubiri and Senator Grace po. Magandang umaga. This is the resumption of the hearing, of the joint public hearing on the privilege speech of the Honorable Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri on the death of Horacio Atio Castillo III due to hazing delivered on September 20, 2017, and the legislative measures concerning amendments to the anti-hazing law. The committee is in receipt of a letter from Mr. John Paul Solano dated October 18, stating among others his appeal to reconsider the resolution adopted by the Senate as a body authorizing to make public his testimony during the executive session last September 25. While the reasons stated here are well taken, as per our rules, only a sitting senator who voted in favor of the resolution may file a motion for reconsideration within a 48-hour period. So, and of course, we'll respect your decision now and maybe later to invoke your right against self-incrimination. That's your basic right. With that, we'd like to hear from the proponent, the main author of that resolution, Senator Migsubiri. Your comment, sir.
Thank you, Chairman Lacson, the members of the committee. I want to address my question to Mr. Solano. Mr. Solano, ginagago mo ba ang aming committee?
No, Your Honor po.
Do you want to disrespect our committee?
No, Your Honor.
Well, let me put on record the many instances where you testified right there on that seat that during the preliminary investigation of this incident, you many times in your last sworn statement here in the committee said that you will release your sworn statement of what had transpired that morning when Atio Castillo had died. Now I ask you again, ginagago mo ba yung committee na ito? Dahil 2 beses na at ilang beses na po may panahon na pagbigay po ninyo ng inyong sinalaysay, sworn statement or nakita dito doon sa nangyaring yung incidenteng yun at hindi nyo ginawa. What is your reason?
Your Honor, with all due respect po, no, my answer to that question is no po. During October 4 po, I am ready to present my counter affidavit as well as to prescribe my witnesses that time. What happened was beyond my control. The complainants manifested that they would submit a supplemental affidavit or complaints that time. So they prayed for the hearing to be moved. So that time I did not file my counter affidavit due to the fact that they would put or add a supplemental complaint. So I am still begging Your Honor that you give me some time. After the 24 that I would file my counter affidavit, I will furnish you a copy of my sworn counter affidavit. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, many times during the committee hearing and in executive section, the gentleman, Mr. Solano, had promised the committee, promised the members of this honorable body, that he wants to tell the truth and set it right. What I am worried about, Mr. Chairman, that in the span of the 2 to 3 weeks that had transpired, it seems that things have changed. His mood has changed. As a matter of fact, for the record, when this individual, Your Honor, this colleague of yours had gone to so many interviews, we had been bashed. The Senate had been bashed and accused of a cover-up itself by allowing the testimony in executive session and not releasing it to the media and to the public. As a matter of fact, in one interview in DZMM, tinanong po ako ni Ma'am Karen Davila na hindi kaya kung cover up din po kayo dahil alam nyo ng pangapangalan at binanggit na po sa inyo ni Mr. Solano kagabi. And I told her that we must respect the rules of executive session, but what is important is that the committee knows the truth. And we can actually cite you in contempt for not abiding by the promises that you made during executive session. But you know, Your Honor, I believe that citing him in contempt and detaining him in the Senate is a useless exercise. I don't even think we should spend 1 centavo to feed this gentleman for lying to us. It's not worth it. Under our rules, Mr. Chairman, under Section 28, Section 1 to 8, the President as well as the senators and officials and employees of the Senate shall absolutely refrain from divulging any of the confidential matters taken up by the Senate and all proceedings which might have taken place in the Senate in connection with the said matters shall be likewise considered as strictly confidential until the Senate by 2/3 vote, or in this case 16 members, of all its members decides to lift the ban of secrecy. When I approached all of you last week, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, it was unanimous, Mr. Solano. All the members of the Senate, although Senator Grace, at that time, she was not feeling well, she was sick, she had told me that she's in full support of the resolution, and even Senator Laila de Lima had said that she would have signed. And that's why we're putting that on record. To release your testimony to the public so that we will no longer cover up any injustice done to the Castillo family. So now, Mr. Solano, I ask you one more time. I asked you this during the committee hearing. Believe that the truth shall set you free. My answer.
Yes, Your Honor.
We give you one more chance. Are you willing in this hearing today to release your sworn statement at ibigay dito point by point what had happened and transpired that morning?
Your Honor, with all due respect po, no, I am bound due to the cases that I've filed against. And there's an ongoing preliminary investigation. I would invoke my right against self-incrimination.
Well, Mr. Solano, you kept invoking that right because you were being processed inquest proceedings. And I clearly recall you said in our hearing, Senator Lacson and Senator Sherwin Gatchalian were there at that time and said, including your lawyer, had said, bawiin lang nila yung inquest proceeding, pag-file sila ng preliminary investigation, ibibigay namin kaagad ang aming sworn statement. Very proud kayo nun. And your lawyer. Clearly, with one more witness, Senator Bam Aquino, together with the stenographers and members of the Senate staff. So I ask you one more time. Are you willing? 2 preliminary investigations have transpired. Are you willing to divulge to this committee what had happened and transpired that morning during the death of Atio Castillo?
Your Honor, that time when I said that when they filed the preliminary investigation, if they would file that cases outright, I would submit my counter affidavit. But what happened is, again, it's beyond my control. They manifested to move it.
Oh, Your Honor, I don't believe it's beyond your control. Ginagago mo lang talaga kami. I think you were prevailed upon by your brothers. I'm sure that is what had transpired. And therefore, Mr. Chairman, let's forget this. Let's no longer allow this the disrespect of this committee. And I move to release the testimony of Mr. Solano that he had given during executive session, authored and approved by 21 members of this honorable body. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Senator, before we act on the motion, Senator Gatchalian is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Alam mo, Mr. Solano, dun sa executive session natin, paulit-ulit mong sinabing na gusto mo tulong, mag-cooperate. In fact, natatandaan ko yung sinabi mong. Pero noong October 9, 2017, file ka ng motion to quash search warrant and exclude illegally seized personal properties, documents, and evidence. Bakit mo gustong itapon yung mga ebidensya na makakahanap ng katotohanan? O mag-cooperate, ulong, pero nakapagtaka, yung mga ebidensya na makakatulong maghanap ng katotohanan at hustisya para kay Atio ay gusto mong itapon. Kaya kami po ay nadidismaya dahil iba-iba yung sinasabi mo. Sa action mo, iba yung lumalabas sa bibig mo, pero iba rin yung ginagawa mo. Kaya sana pag-isipan mo mabuti ito dahil during the executive session, talagang madetalye naman yung binigay mo. At ito lang ang makakatulong sa'yo para ito ang makakatulong sa iyo at makakatulong sa Castillo family makahanap ng hustisya. Sana pag-isipan mo mabuti ito dahil marami tayong gustong tumulong at alam ko gusto mo rin tumulong.
Senator Grace Poe is recognized.
Magandang umaga, Mr. Chair, at sa inyong lahat. Una, hindi po ito magiging kauna-unahang pagkakataon kung saan ilalabas ang mga iminungkahi ng executive session. Nagkaroon na rin po tayo ng ganyang klaseng sitwasyon kung nagkaroon ng mamasapan o hearing kung saan ilan din pong executive session ang ginanap pero ang mga pinag-usapan doon ay inilabas namin. Ang hindi lang namin nilabas ay ang pangalan ng mga informants at assets on the ground dahil ang kanilang kaligtasan ay maaaring makompormiso. Pero inilabas natin sapagkat ang Senado ay may kapangyarihan talaga pag ito ay pinagbotohan ng mga miyembro na ilabas ito. Kortesiya na naghintay kami ng iyong salaysay at ang iyong sinabi na sana bigyan ka muna ng pagkakataon. Pero sa tingin ko, ilang araw na rin napalugit ang ibinigay namin at hindi mo ito natupad. Kaya sa tingin ko naman ay nasa tamang posisyon ng Senado na ilabas yan, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Comsec, you are directed to administer the oath to those who have not been administered their oath. Please stand up. Mga bagong dumating lang.
I request those resource persons who were not present during the last hearing to stand. Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this Senate inquiry.
Thank you. Your Honors, with your indulgence, again, before we act on the motion, I think it's but proper to hear first or the committee be informed of the status of the preliminary investigation. So with that, I'd like to recognize Prosecutor General Jun Catalan.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. The preliminary investigation is being conducted by a panel of prosecutors, namely Assistant State Prosecutor Susan Villanueva, who is present, Prosecution Attorney Wendell Bendoval, and Prosecution Attorney Hani Rose Delgado. The case title or docket is MPD or Manila Police Department does spouses Horacio and Carmina Castillo versus John Paul Solano et al. NPS docket number X51 INQ 171-00124. The criminal charges are 1. Article 248 of the Revised Penal Code for murder. 2. Article 183 of the Revised Penal Code, false testimony in other cases and perjury in solemn affirmation. Number 3, Article 293 of the Revised Penal Code, robbery. And number 4, Section 4 of Republic Act, number 8049, the anti-hazing law. The preliminary investigation was conducted last October 4, 2017 at 2 o'clock at the DOJ Executive Meeting Room. A total of 18 respondents were issued subpoena. Counsels for complainant, spouses Castillo, Attorney Lorna Capunan, and Attorney Lino Capunan appeared. Complainant Manila Police District likewise appeared. Respondents John Paul Solano and Jason Rubinos appeared with their respective counsels. Other respondents did not appear but were represented by their respective counsels. Respondents Oliver Onofre, Daniel Hans Matthew Rodrigo, and Jose Miguel Salamat did not appear. Neither were they represented by counsel. Counsel for Respondent Solano submitted a motion to strike out from the records the judicial affidavit executed by Respondent Solano dated September 17, 2017 for alleged irregularity and inadmissibility. Complainants manifested that they will submit additional evidence and supplemental complaint the next scheduled hearing. Last October 9, 2017, complainant spouses Castillo appeared with counsels Lorna Kapunan and Attorney Kapunan and Attorney Lino Kapunan. Only respondents John Paul Solano and Jason Adolfo Rubinos appeared in the hearing. All other respondents who were not present are duly represented by the respective counsels. Manila Police Department also filed their comment on the motion to strike the judicial affidavit of Respondent Solano. The said motion is now submitted for resolution. Several witnesses for the complainant subscribed and took their oath on the respective affidavit sinumpaang salaysay before the undersigned investigating panel of prosecutors. Complainant spouses Castillo submitted 2 supplemental complaint affidavits for violation of RA 8049 or anti-hazing law and Article 248 murder, Article 183 number 2 for perjury, and PD 1829 obstruction of justice. Same affidavits were subscribed and sworn to before the said panel of prosecutors. Additional 25 new respondents were charged, including Dean Nilo Divina and other officers of the Aegis Juris Foundation, Inc. The next scheduled hearing is set on October 24, wherein submission of counter affidavits and controverting evidence by all respondents, including those newly added in the supplemental complaint. Subpoena were attached to the copies of the complaint issued to the newly added respondents for the said hearing, which is set October 24. Submission of supplemental counter affidavits for all of the respondents is also set on October 30. Although on October 11, 2017, respondent Alvin Disanco, the newly added respondent included in the supplemental complaint, filed his counter affidavit in the office of Assistant State Prosecutor Susan Villanueva. I talked with Assistant State Prosecutor Villanueva, and the panel would request for extension of time in conducting this preliminary investigation, of course, because the numerous respondents in this case. Also, I am sure that reply affidavits and rejoinder affidavits will also be filed by the parties. Unless, or at the discretion of the panel, questions which are clarificatory in nature could also be asked. That is all, Your Honor.
Thank you, PG Catalan. We go back to the previous question. There's a motion to allow the chair to lift the ban on secrecy of the proceedings of the executive session held last September 25, thereby making public the testimony of John Paul Solano. Is there any objection? Hearing none, then the motion is approved. Senator Subiri, please.
I believe we have a presentation to make, Chairman. Your committee had prepared the presentation for you. Yes, Senate. But I'd like to ask Prosecutor General Catalan, George Catalan, in the interview today of Secretary Aguirre, made mention that it is a welcome development, that this can be used as evidence against the gentleman named. Can you utilize this sworn statement during executive session? Can you utilize this testimony to help you in the case against this gentleman on the death of Atio Castillo?
I'm not privy, Your Honor, to the interview or the. Although, as to the question as to whether or not the said testimonies could be made as evidence, I am sure, Your Honor, that we can utilize the same as.
Yes, because for the record, many results of public hearings in the Senate have been utilized in cases, whether in the RTC, Court of Appeals, and even up to the Supreme Court. It's been used as evidence to help bolster a particular case. So let us proceed, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Statement of John Paul Solano, September 25, 2017, Executive Session. Narration of events, morning of September 17. Mr. Solano, so the morning of Sunday po, I was not home, 6:30, may tumawag po sa akin. His name is O.J. Onofre, Oliver John Onofre. That's the first call na dumating po sa akin. So, syempre sabi ko, hindi ako pwede because every Saturday and Sunday, I work at my father's clinic. My shift would start at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Clear, is Mr. Oliver John Onofre present? Saan po kayo? Kindly occupy the seat in front. You've been administered your oath, di ba? So, do you confirm this testimony of, this part of the testimony of John Paul Solano, that you called him up in the morning of Sunday, that's September 17, di ba? Yeah, do you confirm that? Are you assisted by counsel? Sige, pakitanong mo yung counsel mo muna. By the way, Mr. Counsel, kindly state for the record your name and which law firm you are representing.
Your Honor, I'm Attorney Francisco Muñez, representing.
Kayo po ba member din ng AJF? Are you a member of AGS Juris?
You're asking me, Your Honor?
Opo.
Yes po.
Okay. Sige. Oliver, o OJ, do you confirm this portion of the testimony of Mr. John Paul Solano?
With all due respect, Your Honor.
Okay. Sige, Claire, proceed.
Noong first, ang tumawag sa akin, ang sabi niya is, Brad, punta ka dito sa frat library. Calmly. Sabi ko, bakit? Basta, punta ka. Sabi ko, hindi ako pwede kasi may trabaho ako dito sa clinic namin. Sabi ko, try mo na lang yung iba kung may pupunta dyan na malapit if ever, sabi ko. So, binaba niya. After that, while preparing my things for that shift in the morning sa clinic, tumawag siya ulit. Around 7:15 or 7:10 in the morning. Sabi ko, Brad, bakit? Sabi niya, Brad, kailangan ka talaga namin. Pumunta ka dito. Ano ba kasi ang nangyari? Sabi ko. Sabi niya, Brad, may nag-collapse. Sabi ko, sinong nag-collapse? Basta pumunta ka. So may sense of urgency na, so that I took the initiative na pumunta na. So around 7:30 or 7:40, kinuha ko yung motor ko na, umalis na ako ng bahay. So mayroon din akong text message sa kapatid ko, yung younger sister ko. Sabi ko, Jen, pakisabi kay Daddy, aalis ako ng maaga. Sabi ko, baka tanghali na ako bumalik. Yun ang sabi ko. So around 8:10 or 8:15, I arrived at the frat library. So pagdating ko po doon, I opened the door. I knocked muna. So tiningnan nila na ako iyong dumating. I opened the door. I found Atio was lying. By that time, hindi ko ma-confirm na siya yon. Sabi ko, sino ito? Pangalan, Hor. Because sa basic po ng first aid, paglapag ninyo po, kailangan ninyo siyang sigawan at tawagin sa name niya. So, SOP po yun. So, sabi ko, Hor, is that you? Sabi ko, Hor, naririnig mo ba ako? So, I was slapping him on the face. Tapos, tiningnan ko yung police niya, yung pupils niya. It's very dilated. Sabi ko, walang response. Nag-check ako ng pulse, wala. The first time, wala. Nag-check ako ulit. Yung pangalawa, sabi ko, baka yung pulse ko na iyang nararamdaman ko. Kasi i-stress na ako. So, parang takot na rin po ako. Chinek ko yung respiratory, wala. Doon ko nasabi na mag-a-administer ako ng CPR. So, I called one Brad na nandoon. His name is Axel Hipe.
Excuse me, Claire. Sir Alex Mundo Hipe, kindly occupy the seat in front. Are you assisted by counsel? Sige. And for the record, ano pong pangalan ng counsel ninyo? Maybe the lawyers, the counsels can just sit at the back of your clients. Provide nyo na lang ng upuan.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Attorney Nina Herschelica Carandang from Tolentino, Corbera, Makasait, and Raig Law Office, Your Honor.
Kayo ba member ng sorority?
No, Your
Hindi
Honor.
po. Yeah. Alex, na-mention yung pangalan dito sa testimonya. Do you confirm this testimony?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I would like to invoke consent from criminal.
Thank you. There, proceed.
Sino yung dinatnan mo doon? Ang nagbukas po sa akin ng pinto si Axel Hipe, Mr. Axel Hipe. Pagdating ko po doon, ang nandoon po si Arvin Balag.
Excuse me. Mr. Arvin Balag? Yes. Same question. Are you assisted by counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kindly identify yourselves. O, dalawa yung counsels mo. Please. The record.
Morning, Your Honors. Attorney Robespierre with Attorney Stanley Gotohyo, most respectfully appearing as counsel for Mr. Arvin Balag.
Which law firm?
Broto, Pu, and Gotohyo Law Offices.
Are you also members of Aegis Juris? Fraternity?
No, Your Honor.
Hindi. Thank you. So, Arvin, please. Do you confirm the statement of
With
John
due
Paul
respect,
Sola?
Your Honor, I invoke my right against it.
Thank you.
He was on the phone with someone I don't know. OJ Onofre. Texting. Mark Ventura and also Axel Hipe.
Sir Ventura, are you present? Please come forward. Tama na yung counsel. And again, for the record, Mr. Counsel, kindly identify yourself.
Morning, Your Honors. I'm Attorney Rolito.
Which law firm?
Being a Brinica Dagco.
And are you a member of Aegis Juris? Record?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mark? Yeah, kindly respond to this. Thank you.
Those were the four na sumalubong po sa akin. nandoon sa yung ibang question, yung iba umalis na, wala na yung iba. I was not sure that time kasi dalawa po yung room nung Aegis Juris. Si Jason, nandoon siya, yung Jason Rubinos. Wala po siya kasi before noong week po na yon na-confine siya. Kilala mo si Trangia? Opo. Kilala mo ba yung face? Opo. So wala siya doon, pero yung sasakyan niya nandoon.
Excuse me. Sir Trangia? You're around? Ikaw? Again, you're assisted by counsel. Kindly identify yourself.
Attorney Chris Gargantiel for Ralph Trangia.
So firm.
From Gargantiel, Ilagan, and Atanante.
And are you a member of Aegis Juris?
No, Your Honor.
Ralph, kindly respond to. Do you confirm this?
With all due respect, Your Honor, I invoke my...
Thank you.
Question. So wala siya doon, pero yung sasakyan niya nandoon. Hindi ko po ma-confirm na kung wala po siya doon. Question. Hindi mo siya, Trangia, nakita? Opo, yung kasama ko lang po kasi yung 4 na yon, tapos tumawag lang po ng 2 bagong Brad. So ang alam ko lang po sa kanila is names nila. It is Zach and Dan. So hindi ko po alam
Excuse me,
yung
sir.
surname.
Sir Zachary Abulencia, are you around? And Daniel Ragos. They're not around. Please proceed. Were they issued subpoena? I'd like to ask the COMSEC, yung mga na-issue ng subpoena, are they all present? They're all present. Okay, proceed.
So, iyon po. So, nung nag-affirm na po lahat na, sige, pupunta tayong ospital, ang sabi ni Arvin Balag, Chinese gen na lang. Sabi ko, bakit Chinese gen? Doon na lang kasi. Sabi niya, so he insisted. So, sabi ko, sige, doon tayo. Question, distance-wise, ano ang difference ng doon from the Frat Lib compared kung UST Hospital? Sir Solano, mga 10 to 15 minutes na po ang UST depending on the traffic. Question, yung Chinese General, Mr. Solano, 20 to 30 minutes. If there is traffic, mga 40. Opo, to CGH. So going to CGH, nung wala namang nangyari masyado, it's about, I think, 20 to 30 minutes na travel po. Pagdating sa CGH, nasa parking lot po muna kami nagpunta. Since sila yung nauuna, sumusunod lang ako. Sa parking lot nagpunta. Sabi ko, Brad, doon tayo sa emergency room. Sabi niya, Balag. Ganon. Sige, dalhin mo na. Sabi ko, bakit ako? Hindi naman ako kasali dito. Kayo ang magdala. Hindi, ikaw na ang magdala. Ang sabi ko, teka, tatanong ko muna kung papaano. Lumapit po ako sa nurse station. Ang sabi ko, ma'am, may emergency po kami. Bakit? Ano ba ang nangyari? Pakitingin na lang po muna. Hindi pa pala yun ang nangyari. So, ang nangyari pa po pala, tinanong ko kung ano ang sasabihin ko. Since wala po akong idea, ang sabi ko, anong sasabihin ko? Sabi ni Arvin Balag, sabihin mo na pulot mo sa balot tondo. Since sobrang taranta ko na po na ako yung magdadala, nag-mental block na yung utak ko, hindi na ako makapag-isip. Sige, susunod na lang ako. Sabi ko, sige, go. Sabi ko, ma'am, may emergency po kami. Nung nangyari, napulot ko lang po sa balot tondo, hindi ko po alam. Sabi kong ganon. So, lumabas sila. Sabi, naku sir, dapat may maiwan dyan kung ano. Nung nandun pa lang po sa may door, sabi niya, nasa na? Andun pa po sa parking lot. Dalhin mo dito, sabi niya. Teka po, papupuntahin ko. Kaso sir, dapat may maiwan dyan. So, along the way, noong pumunta po ako doon, kasi ang parking po noong pick-up at saka noong Fortuner is ganito, tapos nandito po yung door. Tinanong ko si Arvin, sabi ko, Brad, kailangan daw may maiwan. Sabi niya, ikaw na maiwan. bakit ako? Labas nga ako dito eh. Sabi niya ang ganon. Alangan naman kami. Sabing ganon. Sabi niya, balag. Ikaw na. Sabi niya, hindi naman yan maipapasok kung walang maiiwan. E di kayo maiwan, hindi, ikaw na. Hindi kami magpapaiwan dyan. So out of gusto ko ring tulungan yung bata, nagpaiwan na ako. Sabi ko, sige, I said some obscene word pero hindi ko na sasabihin kasi minura ko talaga sila. Sabi ko, sige sir, dalhin mo na doon, halika na. Sabi kong ganon. So dinala po doon yung pick-up. Tinabi po yung stretcher. Ako rin po nagbuhat at saka yung dalawang nurse. Binuhat namin palabas. Tapos sabi ko doon sa driver, sir, umalis ka na. Malamang kapag nadamay ka, magsasalita ka agad.
Excuse me. Si Ralph Rangia, anong pangalan ng driver mo? Yung family driver niyo? Yung sabihin you'll invoke your right against self-incrimination, ha? Anong pangalan ng driver ninyo?
Romeo Laboga po.
Ha?
Romeo Laboga.
Romeo
Laboga.
Laboga.
Mr. Chairman, may we invite him in the next hearing?
Yes,
Testify.
COMSEC is directed to invite, including the two that I mentioned earlier, Sakari Abulencia and Daniel Ragos. Thank you.
Sabi kong ganon, hindi ba so malamang ilaglag mo kaming lahat? Sabi ko, hindi naman ako kasali dito. Question, sabi mo kay Mr. Solano, doon po sa driver. Ang sabi ko, baka mamaya ilaglag mo ako dito. Alam mo namang wala akong kasalanan. Hindi, sige sir. Question, mukha ba siyang driver or estudyante rin? Mr. Solano, may edad po eh, more or less mga 30s or driver ni Trangia po. Question, so yung driver po at saka ikaw, hindi pa yung mga Brad yung tumulong po? Mr. Solano, hindi po. Tapos after po nun, ipinasok na po si Atio. Pumasok na rin po ako. Siyempre, nilingon ko muna kung ano ang ginagawa nila.
Mr. How do you pronounce the name of your son?
Pronounced po as Atio.
Atio. So Claire, correct yourself.
Siyempre, nilingon ko muna kung ano ang ginagawa nila. Umalis na sila. Iniwanan na akong mag-isa. So sabi ko, I am on my own. So sabi ko, in good faith na lang ang gagawin ko. Ibibigay ko lahat ng details ko dito sa ospital. So ang masakit pa sa akin, iniwan sa akin iyong katawan. Sa harap ko, nire-revive pa. Hindi ko na-revive. Hindi ko nagawa iyong talagang gagawin ko. Ni-revive din ng doctor. Wala rin daw talaga. So doon na po ako, parang ang sabi ko, wala na. Hindi ko na-serve yung purpose ko ng pagpunta doon. Iwan pa ako ng mga brads ko, hindi ba? So sabi ko, there is no point to lie about my personal details, hindi ba? Question. So doon mo na sinabi yung totoo doon sa hospital. Sir Solano, opo. Sabi ko, there is no point lying na din. Sabi ko, pagka nagsinungaling pa ako sa details ko, malamang lalo akong madidiin. Opo. So in good faith, ibinigay ko lahat sa hospital. Tapos yung story ng Balot Tondo, since hindi na ako makakaalis kapag wala akong ginawang story, ginawan ko na lang ng istorya. So iyon na po yung sinabi kong istorya sa hospital. Dumating yung police ng Police Station 2, yun na rin yung sinabi kong story. Dumating yung homicide division, yun na rin yung sinabi kong story. Pinuntahan pa po namin ang homicide, so while driving my motorcycle, isip ko saan kaya dito sa Balot Tondo yung gagawin kong story. Yun nga po ang naisip ko rin. Ang naisip ko rin, sabi ko, aminin ko kuya, sabi ko, sabi ko, aminin ko kaya. Kaso yung perjury case ko is wala pong under oath yon, talagang pinupush. Iniwanan po ako nagpunta na po ako sa homicide, kinuha yung statement ko, pero hindi ko po yun sinumpaan. Pinupush lang na sinumpaan ko daw, pero hindi. After po noon, pinauwi ako. Pag uwi ko, sobrang hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko. Natatakot din ako sa parents ko since hindi ko masabi na may namatay, ganyan, bla bla bla. Tapos nandun ako, baka kung anong gawin sa akin ng tatay ko. Lumayas po ako sa amin. Question, ikaw ba yung nag-text doon sa parents? Mr. Solano, hindi po. Question, iba pa yung nag-text? Mr. Solano, iba pa po yung nag-text. Question, clarification when he first met the parents of Castillo. Mr. Solano, Friday, sir. Question, noon lang, pero sabi mo, kilala ng father mo yung father ni ano? Mr. Solano, opo, ni Dean Divina po. Question, pero nakilala mo si Castillo prior? Mr. Solano, hindi po. Question, bakit tinawag mong whore? Mr. Solano, tinanong ko po sila kung ano ang pangalan niya kasi SOP po lagi sa first aid. Solano in hiding September 18 onwards. Sir Solano, opo, along the way po, nagpunta po ako sa MOA. Doon na po tumatawag sa akin yung mga pulis. It's a Monday afternoon. Sabi kong ganon, sir, nasa MOA ako, ganyan. I made up stories na may kadil po ako, ganyan. Question, sinong kausap mo dito, Mr. Solano? Yung mga pulis po na tumatawag kasi iniwan ko po yung number ko sa kanila. Sabi niya, sir, may ano lang, may follow-up investigation lang, ganyan, ganyan. Pero nasa isip ko, pagka nagpunta ako doon, hindi na ako makakabalik, sabi ko. Malamang custodial interrogation na itong mangyayari sa akin. So, andun po ako sa MOA, nakakita po ako ng Victory Liner papuntang Tarlac City. Pumunta po akong Tarlac City. Along the way, tinapon ko po yung cellphone ko kasi napakarami ng tumatawag sa akin na hindi ko kilala. Tapos na-force po ako na matulog sa mga waiting sheds sa labas ng school sa kung saan na. Ilang araw po, nakarating po ako ng Pangasinan. Moving lang po ako. Ayoko pong magstay sa isang city kasi pag may nakakilala sa akin, baka i-turn over ako. So pagkadating ko po sa isang city, sakaya ako agad ng jeep na papuntang baryo. Tapos doon po ako sa kalsada natutulog sa mga upuan sa labas ng school. Tapos noong mayroon po akong natirang last 700 pesos, pinambili ko ng cellphone. Tapos naka-SIM card, sabi ko, Dad, uwi na ako, ayoko nang magtago. So he contacted Tatay Divina, the father of Dean, who then contacted Dean and then contacted some brads to help me. Question, what day was this already? Mr. Solano, this is Wednesday night.
Dean Hilo, will you confirm this part?
Yes, I spoke with my dad. My dad and the dad of John are friends, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Dean.
This is Wednesday night. But, question, but Dean Divina, okay sa kanya na ilalabas mo iyong katotohanan? Did he encourage you? Mr. Solano, opo. Ako rin po nung sinabi po nilang si Attorney Pat yung hahawak, siya po kaagad ang tinanong ko, magko-cover up ba tayo? Kasi kung magko-cover up, hindi kita kukuning abogado. Question, naikwento mo ito kay
Attorney Ismael, you're present. Will you confirm this? Please use the mic.
I confirm that, Your Honor.
And you mentioned that also during the public hearing, di ba?
Yes, Your
Talaga sabi mo, wag tayo mag-cover up. Sabihin natin ang katotohanan dito.
My exact word, let the acts for Rachel.
Thank you very much.
Question, naikwento mo ito kay Dean? Mr. Solano, hindi pa po. Question, so si attorney lang ang nakakaalam. Mr. Solano, opo. Question, clarification why he surrendered to Senator Lacson. Mr. Solano, at saka ano po yata, nakasama ninyo rin po ang father ko sa, Panfilo din po ang father ko. CINP, kasama daw po kayo. Question, walang Brad na tumawag na itago natin to. Wala kang kinausap na Brad after that out of frustration? Mr. Solano, wala po talagang tumawag sa aking Brad. May isa pong tumawag nung nasa hospital ako, si Yata. Brad, kumusta ka? Sabi niya. Anong nangyari? Sabi ko, Brad, hindi ko alam kung anong nangyari. Basta naipit ako sa hospital. Sabi ko sa kanya, okay, sabi niya. Akala ko hindi ka kasali. Sabi niya, there is a perception na hindi ko ako sumasali kasi anti-violence ako sa hazing. So, since day one, after nung naging Brad ako, hindi ako sumali sa mga initiation rites ng kahit sinong Brad. Question. So, ikaw ba yung sa Facebook? Ikaw yon, Mr. Solano? Yung sa Popoy po? Yung hinahanap po ako? Question. Ano ba yung 3 hours detention? Ano ang ibig sabihin noon? Mr. Solano. Actually, ano lang yon, parang out of Taranta. Tinanong ko kung 3 hours ba yung detention. Question. Clarification about reglementary period. Mr. Solano, opo. Question. Clarification kung si Arvin din ang nag-uutos na deactivate niya yung account, yung chat group nila. Mr. Solano, opo. Question. Siya ang presidente? Mr. Solano, si Arvin po. Question. Walang remorse doon sa apat noong pagpunta mo? Hindi man sila mukhang, Mr. Solano, parang nataranta lang. End.
Now, my question is, I'm glad that Attorney Pat Ismaquel mentioned earlier na yon hindi magsisinungaling at bayaang bumagsak yung axe where it must fall, ano? And I presume na yung pa rin yung position nyo sa ngayon. Di po ba, Attorney? Jan? Yan pa rin ang position nyo na hindi kayo magsisinungaling.
Yes, Your Honor.
But at the proper time, as you said.
Yes po, Your Honor. At the proper time po.
Pero ito na yung proper time. Andiyan na yung testimony mo eh. And ito, part of the matter of public record na ito because this is a public hearing. And the chairman or the chairpersons of this joint committee inauthorize na ng Senate as a body. So there's no point not testifying anymore because after all, in due time or pagdating na October 24, pagtawag ng hearing uli sa preliminary investigation, will more or less, as you indicated in your letter, o yung mga material points, yun din yung testify mo, di ba? Yun ang sinabi mo. So halos ganito rin yung testify mo. Wala halos magbabago. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ang question ko lang is, is this the way, hypothetical ito, hindi ito directed actually sa inyo because you're not involved here naman sa initiation right, ano? But is this the way to treat a frat? Iiwanan, tapos yung isang tumulong, babayaan na lang? Is that the way to treat a Brad?
Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, before I start again, I would like to reiterate my expression of deep sadness for the loss of Atio and my deepest sympathies to the family of the Castillo family. Well, that's not supposed to be. It is not in keeping with decency, basic decency, Your Honor. It should not have been done. Hazing the first place should not have been done. More so in that particular case, Your Honor.
Wag na si Atio, pwede niyong sabihin, hindi pa naman ito talagang full-blooded na Brad kasi hindi naman natapos yung initiation right. Or kung natapos man, hindi naman siya nag-undergo ng the formalities of being a formal, being a member, hindi ba? Wag na, yun na lang ginawa kay John Paul Solano. Napakalaking injustice naman. I'd like to ask the other members, the other frat members who are present. Jose Miguel, salamat. Is this the way to treat a full-blooded fraternity brother? Yeah, tanong ko lang kung ito yung what are you incriminating? Tinatanong ko lang, just like the question that I asked of Dean Divina, tinatanong ko lang, personal opinion, ito ba yung, kasi frat member ka eh, Kung ikaw ang tratuhin ng tulad ng pagtrato kay John Paul Solano, how would you feel? These are hypothetical questions, so I don't see any reason why you should invoke your right against self-incrimination.
Like the way.
Which is? Tad. Zimon? Same question. Is that the way to treat a fraternity brother?
No po, Your
Hindi ba? The others, kindly, sa susunod. Aaron.
Hypothetically, Your Honor.
Hypothetically. How about in reality?
Considering in the same scenario, Your Honor, definitely not treat that way.
Arvin?
No po, Your Honor.
Ralph?
Opo.
Jason?
No, Your Honor.
Nandito. Yeah. Oliver? Di rin. So ikaw rin.
Didn't po, Your Honor.
And Mark? So mali ang ginawa ng mga dinatnan ni John Paul Solano doon sa frontline, di ba? Sabi ko, wag na munang pag-usapan yung kay Atio. Although, lalong masama yung nagawa sa kanya kasi dapat kinonsida na rin siyang frat brad eh. Nag-undergo na siya ng initiation right. I suppose, yun na yung final right eh. So, wag na lang muna yon. Yung, eto, buhay. Si John Paul Solano. So, nagkakaisa tayo, hindi dapat gano'n pagtrato. Eh, bakit gano'n ang naging trato? In fact, alam nyo, this is a redacted copy, ano? May mga portions doon na hindi na namin sinama dahil for brevity, ano? Dahil hahaba yung iba doon, medyo mga informalities. And pati yung hinaing ni John Paul Solano, pati yung kanyang lawyer, yung sama ng loob niya, nilabas niya doon. Na hindi dapat, isipin mo, brad ninyo, natiis niyo na natutulog sa waiting shed. Kung saan abutin ng gabi doon, matutulog sa labas ng eskwelahan. Tumakay ng bus, hindi alam ang direksyon. Pag nakakita ng jeep, sasakay ng jeep, kung saan barangay makarating, doon na lang siya abutin. Just imagine what he went through, yung ordeal. Tapos iniwan nyo doon sa hospital. Anyway, as he said, at the proper time, pagdating ng October 24, and I hope you won't change your mind as you did. Ang pangako mo sa amin, wag lang matuloy yung inquest. And yung prosecutor, yung mga prosecutors dito, di ba, you were released upon inquest. Dapat, doon pa lang, di ba nakaka-assuage ng sentimento ng mga magulang kung sakaling in all the way mo na yung ginawa mo pagtulong dito. Nakita namin, simpatya namin sa iyo. Actually, ang simpatya namin nasa iyo eh. At that time, when as you were testifying before us during the executive session, we all felt for you. So kami bleeding heart sa iyo. Pero ngayon, as mentioned by Senator Zubiri, parang, bakit nagkaganon? And sabi nga ni Senator Gatchalian, what's your purpose para mag-file ng motion to quash search warrant? Ano ba yung mga defects ng warrant? Chief Superintendent Coronel, ano ba yung mga defects ng warrant na sinasabi nung...
Sir, in the application for the search warrant made by the Manila Police District, it was inadvertently indicated in the application that this warrant was purposes of violation of Section 28 of the Anti-Hazing Law of 8049. When in truth and in fact, the applicant meant its violations of Section 2 and 4. So it is a typographical error on our part, which have we already manifested before the court regarding this. And we have been informed that what is the controlling part on the application of warrant is the text and the body of the application, indicating that the search warrant was applied for specifically violations of anti-hazing law, indicating the name, the place, and the persons which subject of the search warrant, and the properties or items to be seized, confiscated, or recovered. Honor.
PG, Catalan, what do you make of this testimony, assuming that he affirms the same testimony on October 24?
Your Honor, at this
Preempting
point,
your the resolution that you
yes, Your
that
Honor,
your prosecutors
we
will
might
make.
preempt the resolution, but at this point, Your Honor, may we request that a certified copy of this document be furnished so that we can
Huwag na lang kayo.
have it.
Si Attorney Capuna na lang tatanungin ko. Para, of course, that's one-sided also. But later on, I'll also ask the lawyers of the frat members here kung ano yung kung anong tingin nila. Of course, assuming that he affirms the same testimony or at least yung material points. Attorney Capuna. This is the first time that you read this this testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
So what do you make of this?
I think this is valuable information, Your Honors, towards finding what really happened. Certainly, we would request as well a certified true copy, if not from the police authorities. If I may add...
Not just valuable information, valuable evidence.
Evidence, Your Honor. I'm very careful with my words, Your Honor, because there seems to be a tendency to file libel cases against lawyers, make public statements, and I confirm for the record that Dean Divina has already filed 2 libel cases against us, Your Honor, just for speaking on behalf of parents, Your Honor. And I hope that does not happen to all lawyers here. Because if there are 40 lawyers representing 40 respondents, Your Honor, there may be a concern, there may be a chilling effect. On behalf of the parents, maybe there should be immunity for the parents and for the lawyers for the statements made in the Senate investigation.
Senator Gatchalian.
Chair. General Corre. October 2, nagpadala ho kayo ng letter asking for technical assistance sa Philippine Cybercrime Group. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the letter pertains to a request from your office to provide technical assistance for the exploitation of information on social media accounts of the suspects involved in the death of Atio Castillo III. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
General, can you give us a overview of what transpired after the technical assistance provided by the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group?
Yes, Your Honor. During the course of the investigation of this hazing incident, we were in receipt of several information, particularly social media communication or exchanges of information, which we believe to have been published or reported or communicated by members of Aegis Juris fraternity members pertaining to the incident of the initiation and hazing of Atio Castillo. So there were 2 threads which submitted to the Anti-Cybercrime Unit of the Philippine National Police for verification, authentication, and validation. And in these social media exchanges of information, it was indicated that several fraternity members, not only residents but also alumni, were aware of the incident of the death of Atio Castillo, even on the early morning, in the early hours of the morning of September 17, when Atio was brought to Chinese General Hospital. And because of this, we submitted it to the Anti-Cybercrime Unit for examination and evaluation, Your Honor.
Thank you, General. And subsequently, also there were also social media chatter about a discussion in hotel.
Yes,
General.
Yes, Your Honor.
That was also the subject matter of the letter that you requested from the Anti-Cybercrime Group.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, General?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you elaborate further on that account?
Yes, sir. Apparently, social chat page or Facebook page was put up by members of the Aegis Juris fraternity discussing the ways, means, and actions that they have to take regarding the investigation of Atio Castillo. And we have monitored that several members of this fraternity met in a meeting at Novoto Hotel purposely to discuss their actions to be taken in this investigation. Based on the exchange of communication from these fraternity members, it would appear that the tendency of the fraternity to conceal or to obstruct justice is very evident. When they would like to avoid at all costs investigation and prosecution of this case, Your Honor.
General, isa-isahin ho natin ha. So, nakuha nyo information from Facebook chat messages.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you asked the anti-cybercrime group to validate this chat messages.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sino-sino po yung mga nasa chat message?
We have submitted it to the
For
committee.
the information of Senator Gatchalian, we have a PowerPoint presentation of the Facebook chat that transpired, as you mentioned, and dito yung mga thread nila. You ready?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think it's better to look at the presentation, Mr.
Aegis Juris chat messages, September 17 to 18, 2017. Attorney Marvy Abo, Brian Bang, Attorney Cecilio Jimeno, Attorney Alston Kevin Anarna.
For the record, ito yung mga nag-participate sa chat. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Attorney Ferdinand Rogelio, Attorney Edsel Bert Canlas, Attorney Cesar Ocampo Ona, Arvin Balag, Jose Miguel Salamat, Attorney Gail Dante Acuzar Caraan, Attorney Henry Pablo Jr., Attorney Michael Vito, Attorney Cesar Mong Gaba de la Fuente, Attorney Nino Cervanes, Ronald Cheng, Attorney Manuel Angelo Ventura III, Milfen Alvarado, Attorney Jet de la Peña Villaroman.
Chair?
Senator Subiri.
Sir, actually, committee has been in receipt of this screenshots of the chat group that was, I believe, very active during the morning of Sunday. And we'd like to direct the Manila Police District together with the investigating group to take a look at these screenshots, verify to your anti-cybercrime unit to verify these accounts in Facebook and to see if these are actual persons, who they are, what circumstances they're in. I believe most of them are lawyers. Kaya, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, kung ganito po ang ating mga future lawyers at yung mga abogado po natin active in cover-ups of crimes, I'm sorry for the law profession. I really do. So, we direct the committee to come up with a report as well on these screenshots of these group chats, because it's the points being raised there. I read it one time last week, Mr. Chairman. The points being raised there are a matter of obstruction of justice and clearly a cover-up. Meron po dyan messages na inuutusan po ang isang tao na i-erase ang CCTV footage, na bayaran kung kailangan bayaran yung barangay officials para makuha yung CCTV footage. Obviously, this is an obstruction of justice, a clear cover-up on the investigation. So we'd like to direct the Manila Police District to look further into this. We'll give you all the information. Hopefully, truth will come out on this. General?
Yes, sir. We have submitted already these initial findings to Facebook Philippines, and we're waiting for validation in order that the same may be used in evidence in court, if ever.
With kind indulgence of senators, Mr. Chair, this is the first time I've actually seen the memo, no, but I haven't seen the exact conversation. Maybe request the Secretary to just give us a very brief synopsis of the chat that went through during that time.
Siguro i-highlight na lang yung mga importante na mga chat messages.
Earlier on, after the testimony was made public of John Paul Solano, I believe Prosecutor General Jorge Catalan Jr. had wanted to make a statement. Attorney Catalan, you wanted to make a statement earlier. You were raising your hand.
I am just requesting that a certified copy of this document be furnished so that we can forward it to the panel, and the panel would likewise evaluate and analyze the admissibility of these documents. Thank you, Your
Honor. Before we continue the discussion and at the PowerPoint, General, can you give us a timestamp nitong conversation na ito para at least everyone's on the same page? Kailan po nangyari itong conversation?
It appears, Your Honor, that the conversation...
Can you just walk us through?
Yes,
Familiar ka naman dito, di ba? As it
yes,
is
Your
being
Honor.
presented, i-annotate mo na lang.
Yes, Your Honor. It appears that the one appearing on the screen is the one posted on sometime in the early morning of September 17, when the report of when Atio Castillo was already brought to the Chinese General Hospital, and that it was already confirmed that he's already dead. And also, if I may add, Your Honor, we have received this information only about sometime first week of October, and I'm relating this in the context that in the early part of our investigation, sometime on September 19 or 20, I understand that the Aegis Juris Fraternity came out with a statement saying that they will fully cooperate with the investigation of this case. In fact, in their statement, they promise full cooperation, and they're reaching out and still doing so to the family of the late Horacio Castillo. And that just like everyone, they would like to see justice to be served for the death of their brother Atio, and that they share the anguish of their parents. And that in that context, in that Aegis Utility Fraternity statement, we were hoping that they will come out and cooperate with us. I've already informed senior members of their fraternity, including the Dean, that that's the objective of our investigation. But then, in light of the discovery of these chat messages, it appears that from Sunday, September 17, the objective of the Aegis Utility Fraternity is to cover up, conceal, to avoid and evade the prosecution of this case. So that is the context of these messages, Your Honor. Okay. Sir, this is it consists of about 38 pages, 38 slides. In summary, sir, if I may. Yes, sir. Of these chat messages pertaining to the early morning of September 17, there were 30 personalities mentioned or included in the message thread. Of the 30 personalities, 19 of them attended the meeting at Novotel on September 17, 2017, purposely to discuss the actions to be taken by Aegis Juris Fraternity relating to the hazing incident leading to the death of Atio Castillo. Of the 19 attendees, we were able to identify 12 of them through their Facebook pages or social media information. Of these 12, 7 are of the 12, 7 are still subject for identification. 6 were mentioned by the informants relating to this information or thread. And as I mentioned earlier, this chat started in the early morning of September 17. The group messenger or chat page was created by attorney Marvy Rosero Abu, who was the one who spearheaded or initiated this exchange of thread, asking members of the Aegis Utility Fraternity to hold a meeting and in order to discuss the actions to be taken by the fraternity. So as shown earlier, we were able to gather the identities mostly of those who were involved in the thread, and also identities of those who were added but did not participate in the conversation. Sir. So mostly if you're going to review each individual exchanges of communication between these Aegis Juris member fraternity members, it would appear that they intend to cover up the incident. Contrary to their announcement made on September 19, that they are willing to face the investigation and support the authorities in the conduct of the investigation. In fact, majority of them said that they will find ways and means to see that the evidence that will be gathered or recovered by the investigating authorities shall not be, will no longer be available to the PNP or to those who are conducting the investigation. Then,
General, sandali lang.
Yes, sir.
Can we go back one slide? The other slide, the slide before. Okay, dun, may naka-highlight dun, pinauwi. Ito, pinauwi ko na PP Arvin sa Subic, sa hospital. Clearly, they know what transpired, and they're clearly